Disinformation never stops, and neither do we. Welcome to StopFake, the place where we debunk fakes and set the record straight on disinformation about Ukraine. I'm Marko Suprun, and this week we make short shrift of fakes that are not only about Ukraine. Football fans return Champions League final tickets in thousands due to high Kyiv prices. NATO soldiers killed in Donbas, and the U.S. is violating INF treaty. Those are the fakes. Details ahead. Russian media gleefully announced that thousands of fans were returning Champions League football tickets because of Kyiv accommodation price hikes. Champions League finals to take place in Kyiv without European fans, declared Ukraina.ru. Sport Express announced that high prices scared off 2,200 Madrid fans, while others predicted that the stadium won't be filled to capacity for the May 26 Madrid-Liverpool match. Sadly, scores of Ukrainian media followed suit, with sites such as Obozrvatel, Hromadske, TSN, and others blindly cutting and pasting the fake without bothering to check the facts. The fake began on the Spanish sports site AS.com with a story about ticket availability for Real Madrid fans. 24,268 fans signed up for 12,802 available tickets for the Madrid-Liverpool match. 789 Real Madrid fans canceled their applications for various logistical reasons. The Spanish sports site then resorts to arithmetic, as on average there were 2.8 applications per available ticket. 789 cancellations means that 2,200 fans gave up their chances of scoring tickets. Those 2,200 fans who supposedly gave up their tickets because of high Kyiv hotel prices never had those tickets to begin with. Andrei Miroshnichenko, a Kyiv city administration official responsible for the Kyiv final, said both Liverpool and Madrid view these claims as laughable. In an interview with the Interfax news agency, Ukraine's national police director, Andriy Kryshchenko, said that the Olympijski football stadium was sold out for the match. That's more than 60,000 seats. Hotel prices have not risen any more than for other large-scale events held in the Ukrainian capital, says Champions League accommodations manager Andriy Stavenko. As a gesture of hospitality intended to promote a welcoming image of Ukraine and in response to supply and demand economics, Kyiv residents have launched a free couch for football fans campaign through social media, with ministers and members of parliament offering to put up foreign fans for free. Scores of Russian media reported that on May 17, several NATO soldiers were killed in the Donbas conflict. NTV, RIA Novosti, Russia's defense ministry television station Zvezda, and other Kremlin-obedient outlets all cited the so-called defense ministry of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, DNR, which claims that Ukrainian military intentionally led the foreign soldiers onto a minefield. Quote, "The Ukrainian armed forces led the guests to a minefield where a car occupied by the foreigners was blown up by a mine. As a result, 3 NATO servicemen from Canada were killed and 2 from the U.S. were injured," NTV reports. Ukrainian military spokesman Yusuf Venskovich told StopFake that the claim has no basis in reality. NATO forces do not participate in the war in eastern Donbas, he said, and if such a thing had happened, certainly the embassies in question would have issued official statements. There is no mention of any such event on the NATO website. The Ukrainian military's daily briefings also do not contain any such information for this alleged May 17 occurrence. Canadian CTV News reported that Canada's Department of National Defence and the Canadian Armed Forces told the channel the Russian claims about 3 soldiers killed in Ukraine are totally false. CTV journalist Mercedes Stevenson reported 1 day after the fake began circulating on pro-Kremlin sites that the rumors targeting Canada's military appeared to be fanned by Russian Twitter accounts trying to undermine faith in NATO. The United States is violating international treaties and continues to manufacture lethal weapons banned by the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, commonly called the INF Treaty, declared Russia's armed forces newspaper Krasnaya Zvezda, closely followed by RT and NTV. They all cite Russian National Center for Nuclear Risk Reduction Director Sergei Ryzhkov, who claims that Washington is ignoring the terms of the treaty. Ryzhkov claims that Washington is developing and testing ballistic missiles with a range of 500 to 5,000 kilometers under the guise that these trials are simply ballistic missile targets for America's missile defense system. Russian media began peddling these claims after Donald Trump delegated several government ministries to prepare new Russia sanctions in connection with Russian INF treaty violations. Russia last violated the terms of the INF Treaty in March 2017 when it deployed a cruise missile, Vice Chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff General Paul Selva announced during a March congressional hearing. In February 2017, citing administration resources, the New York Times reported that the Russians have 2 battalions of the prohibited cruise missiles, one at a missile site test in southern Russia near Volgograd, the other at another base. American intelligence officials consider the missile to be operational. Now, in December 2017, NATO reaffirmed its commitment to the principles of the INF Treaty. At that time, U.S. Permanent Representative to NATO Kay Bailey Hutchison stated that Russia's behavior as regards the treaty raises serious concerns. In an official public statement, Hutchison wrote that Washington sought to engage Moscow on its INF violations on multiple levels. Russia, however, refuses to engage with the U.S. on this issue. The U.S.-USSR Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty was signed by President Ronald Reagan and General Secretary Mikhail Gorbachev in December of 1987. It required the removal of 1,752 Soviet and 859 U.S. short- and intermediate-range missiles, most of which were located in Europe. That's it for this week. For more dissected fakes as well as tips on how to spot them, visit our website, StopFake.org. Be vigilant, don't consume fakes. If you spot any disinformation about Ukraine, send it to us for a truth autopsy. I'm Marko Suprun, and this is StopFake. Thanks for watching.